Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to our series on Portswigger Web Security Academy. Currently, we're covering the learning path of command injection. This time, we'll be looking at time delays. So, this lab contains blind OS command injection vulnerability in the feedback function. The application executes a shell command containing the user's supplied details. The output from the command is not returned in response. So there's something we keep in mind. We're not going to get any kind of feedback. Tell the lab to exploit the blind OS command injection vulnerability to cause a 10-second delay. So we will know that we have some kind of feedback by delaying the response by 10 seconds. That's our key here. Now, you might be wondering, how can we do a delay or a sleep command, right? We can do something like sleep 5 seconds, and you notice it's taking a while before it responds back. And eventually it comes back. So we can do the same thing, but as you guessed it, with 10 seconds. So with that in mind, what we need to do is bring up our burp speed, as we always do, and make sure it's loaded. And when you do, open up a browser like we have here, and you see that's done. All right, so we'll access the lab. Alrighty, now that the lab has loaded, on the top right, we're gonna click on Submit Feedback. So click on that, because remember, it said this vulnerability injection will be in the feedback. So we have like name, email, all this stuff. So we're going to just go test.test.com. You see I've done this once before. And we'll put test as the message. So just test. All right. And then we scroll on down. And normally you click submit feedback. And it says thank you for submitting feedback. And that's all you get normally, right? So let's go ahead and just put that all back in one more time. Because normally when you do this stuff, you want to see what the expected output looks like. And then we're going to intercept it. Now we've got that turned on. We'll go back to our browser. We'll click submit. And when we come back here, we should see, there it is, feedback. So go ahead and right click this and we'll send it to repeater or Control R. Now for this one, we will pay attention to the CSRF down here equals blah, blah, blah. That's a parameter. This name equals test is a parameter, and email equals the test@test.com, or .net, or .test, whatever. Subject tests and message tests, these are all different parameters. And something else you can do is if you come over here, it says request body parameters. This is pretty cool. And it shows you all those different ones. And we can actually edit those if you wanted to. By, like, see if you want to do the name, just come here, click that. And we can actually change the value, and you can actually decode or encode. I think that's pretty cool. So anyhow, let's start with this test, and let's do a space, our ampersand, right? Then we're going to do, well, actually before we do all that, let's just send it just natural, just do a send, so we see what it's supposed to look like, right? Goes back pretty quick. Let's go ahead and do our space there, ampersand, space, sleep, 10 seconds, and we'll do a hashtag end, and we'll select all that and Control U, and that way we URL encode it, and we will send. Well, that didn't work, did it? So let's go ahead and delete that, shall we? And let's go ahead to enter the email section, and we inject something here. So space, ampersand, space, sleep 10, and do our pound or hashtag, whatever to call it, and select all this that we just typed in, Control U, and click send. I did click send, right? So it's taking its time. And as you notice, it takes a while, and this should be a good indicator that we have, see how long that took? Go to proxy, turn interceptor off. We go back to the page. Go ahead and refresh here. And as you can see, it has been solved. There's our flag. So with that being said, go back to our repeater. Go click back here. But yeah, so if you wanted, let's go ahead and go back to our first one. I want to show you this. So remember how we were changing these? Just to give you a quick example. Let's say if we wanted to change the subject test here, we could have came here and put like space, our ampersand, sleep, pin space hashtag. You can see how it puts the value up there of UR encoded. Now when we click change, see how it throws it all in there for us. And we could hit send again. It likely won't work, I'm not sure. It's not. So the field that we can abuse, again, was the email field. Anyway, guys, congratulations. Hope that's helpful, makes a little more sense. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Do good, do your best, stay ethical. Bye-bye.